Welcome to the first ever NBA referee tier list video. Without further ado, let's just get into it. I've been practicing this all day. You know what? Screw it. Referees. They hold the most important job on the court besides the players. Sometimes even more important than the players when they make or miss.
Gets it. James on the drive, gets in the paint, layup, missed it. And the game is over. Lakers furious, they thought he was fouled.
Wow, clear foul on Tatum.
Durant makes a move, lost the ball, tries to get it, saves it, saved inside, outside Curry. He saved that ball. Out.
Absolutely he's out. Wow. I mean, how do you miss that?
Game-winning calls. Today, we're doing an NBA tier list of referees involving 12 current. I don't know why I did. This is not 12. This is 12. 12 current NBA refs, and I chose the most notable and infamous ones. But before we start, I gotta remind you, hit that subscribe button. Come on, what are you waiting for? Just click that button. Come on. I promise you, I know we're far off right now, but with your help, when we get to 1K subscribers, I will eat the world's hottest chip, and we'll do a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. So come on, man, hit that subscribe button, because you could be the lucky winner, and you will also see me in pain, because I'm not very good with spicy food. But like I said, we're only doing current referees, but I gotta give a quick shout out to Joey Crawford, for his, he's one of the most infamous refs to ever referee the game of basketball. A couple plays that come to mind is probably most iconic play is when he ejected Tim Duncan for laughing.
Popovich doesn't like that one either. And another technical foul. And this is when Duncan's out of the game. He's thrown Duncan out of the game.
Then also his blocking call on the Lakers.
18 to play. There's David West. He won't pass it up this time, Stu. Runs over and blocking on the Lakers. Ooh, how is that a block? Yeah, that's how is that a block? Yeah, not a good job.
All right, we're going to be basing their scores based off of a couple of factors. One being their personality on the court, and then another one being actual statistics. I visited website, shout out to NBAstuffer.com. They had a whole list of referee statistics, but we'll be looking at things like their years of experience, the home team win percentage when they're reffing games, how many calls per game, the fouls on the road team, the fouls on the home team, and then we'll finally be giving them their grade. All these percentage and numbers are coming from the 2023-24 NBA season. The tiers go S tier for the GOATs, pretty good, average, C, meh, you don't want these guys reffing your games, and then just dog water. They're absolute just trash. Without further ado, let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Davis. Now, the first thing that comes to mind with Mark Davis is his interaction between him and Gideon.
Yo, ref, can you tell Jason to tie my tie? Like, that's why I need help. Bro, I just matched with a baddie. She only dates dude with ties. Jason, can you tie this for me?
I feel like Mark Davis is a pretty solid referee, and he's not afraid to get into it with the play.
Anthony Edwards hanging in the air. Michael Malone is hot. He is hot. Having words here with the official, Mark Davis. He might be thrown out of here. Wow.
Mark Davis has been reffing for 26 years. The home team win percentage when he's reffing is 57.40%. Calls per game, he's calling about 34.4 calls. 51% of the calls are going on the road team, making it 49 on the home team. And for that reason, based off his personality and his numbers, we're going to be putting him in pretty good.
Hey, you out here reffing like Mark Davis and shit.
All right, moving on, we have my favorite referee. I'm probably a bit biased, but we got to go Bill Kennedy. I mean, I'm just going to throw him up there. GOAT tier. I love Bill Kennedy just because of his personality.
play, the common foul stands as called.
Right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm stalling. I'm stalling for commercial time, and that's why we're doing this right now. And I need your help.
Wait, Bill, we're on to you. You're not fooling anybody, Bill Kennedy.
I think he's one of the funniest refs out there. Let's get into the numbers. He's been reffing for 29 years. Home team wins is about 48%. Calls per game, 37.7. Fouls on the road team, which was 48.1%, which is the lowest in this list. That means he calls the most amount of fouls on the home team, sitting at 51.9%. And yep, I stuck him in GOAT tier. All right, next up, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Scott Foster.
Who's Jack Harlow? Who's Jack Harlow?
Now, Scott Foster was voted the worst referee by players, and I think the first player that voted him first ballot trash was definitely Chris Paul.
Live games and a League Pass student discount. Stream hundreds of live games for just $8.99 per month. Head to NBA.com/League Pass to redeem this exclusive offer. This has been going on for a good 45 seconds.
This has been going on for 13 years.
And now a technical foul. Scott Foster had enough. He had enough after a lengthy conversation. Don't know if Chris Paul had said something different than maybe he... Oh, he's going to get tossed. There it is. Scott Foster says goodbye. And now Steph Curry grabs Chris Paul to hold him back from going back at Scott Foster,
who's now 3-17 in playoff games when Scott Foster refs. All right, moving on to the numbers. He's been in the league for 30 years, the most out of anybody in this list. Speaking of the most out of anybody in this list, his home team win percentage was at 68.3%. Also, his calls per game, 39.3. But it evens out. His fouls on the road team, 50.6%. Fouls on the home team, 49.4%. Scott Foster, you're going to be ranked, dog water. For you, Chris Paul. Our next referee, James Williams, a.k.a. the Gucci Ref.
Brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of the Utah Jazz. Now that's the way maybe the future of refereeing will be.
He's got some of the most iconic clips out of there, but he's not without his flaws. I'm going to take you back to last season on a call that he missed when the Detroit Pistons took on the Knicks.
Brunson looking. Guarded by Cunningham. Montecchio looking to help. Brunson, three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound deflected. Chased down. Saved by Grimes to Montecchio. Knocked away. Hartenstein picks it up. Out to DiVincenzo. 10 seconds ago, he throws it away. Ball loose. Picked up by Brunson. Brunson inside the Hart. Hart banks it in. Knicks take the lead. Monty Williams is furious. He thought a foul should have been called. There was so much contact by Hartenstein. DiVincenzo looking again for Brunson. A steal by Thompson. Look at the hustle by DiVincenzo. Diving for what seemed to be a loose ball that was right in front of us.
All right, getting into the numbers, he's been reffing for 15 years. Home team win percentage, 63%. Calls per game, 36.3. Fouls on the road, 49%, and 51% fouls on the home team. Like we said, he's not without his flaws, but he's just iconic, and he does look like Gucci Mane, so we're going to be putting him in, could go average. We'll put him in pretty good. Shout out to you. End of pretty good, though. All right, moving on. Our next ref, David Gauffin. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. Guthrie, something like that. Nothing really kind of stood out, but let's get into the numbers. He's been reffing for 19 years. He has the lowest percentage of home team wins, sitting at 43.6%. So if you're a betting person, bet with the road team. Calls per game, 35.6. He's calling about 48% on the road team, and then which means 51.5% on the home team. With all that said in mind, we're gonna be putting David, our boy, we'll put him in meh. You know, nothing really stood out with David, but I mean, he's been going for a while, so. All right, moving on. We got Ashley Moyer Glichet. I was about to say Ashley Marie Gaming, but my bad. She is the most inexperienced ref out of everybody on this list, sitting at only 6 years of experience, but I feel like she makes some pretty good calls, and she's ready to stand on business when she needs to.
Deflection action that made the ball go.
Thunder will get the basketball back.
All right, getting into the numbers, like I said, 6 years of experience. Home team win percentage is 45.6%, sitting at our second lowest, 37.4 calls per games, and then 50.6 percentage of fouls on the road team, 49.4% on the home team. I'll put her in pretty good. We'll put her in pretty good. Trying to get some brownie points out here. All right, our next referee, the old man himself, Tony Brothers.
I'll make shots, you blow the whistle.
No, just do your job.
What's my job?
Let me show you.
Tony, excuse me. When I found out Tony was going to be officiating the game, I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not coaching tonight. What's that look for?
Now, when you think of NBA referees, the first guy you probably think of is Scott Foster, and then I would argue the next guy would be Tony Brothers.
My knees feel good.
You look good.
You know what? It's not going to work.
It's worth a try, though, isn't it?
I guess.
His home team win percentage is 55%. His calls per game is sitting at 37.2. 49.5 of those fouls are going on the road team, which means 50.5% are going on the home team. If you're ever making an NBA Mount Rushmore, Tony Brothers' head is definitely going to be on there. And for that reason, we're putting him in S tier. He is one of the GOATs. All right, moving on. We have one of the most controversial refs on this list, and that is Ed Malloy. The first thing that comes to my mind when I'm thinking of Ed Malloy is the infamous Kevin Love end of the game call where he didn't call the foul.
By 2, 198 inbound to Love on the left side with one dribble, goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Marion. The ball comes into the arms of Dalibert. The horn sounds and the ball game is over. That is unbelievable. The referees are booed as they go off the floor. Go, Ed Malloy!
I mean, every ref misses calls, but that's a huge one right there. Getting into the numbers, he's been reffing for 22 years. Home team win percentage is at 58.3%. He's calling about 36.5 fouls per game. 51.4% of those are going on the road team, while 48.6% are going on the home team. Yeah, and just based off that Kevin Love foul call, I mean, he's gotten better since then. We'll put him in. I was gonna put him in meh, but we'll put him in average. We got our second most inexperienced ref, that is Ray Acosta. Before we get into his regular season numbers, I gotta tell you that Ray Acosta is, I feel like the pressure gets to him, especially in playoff games. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Fouls called in playoff games against the road team, 55.9%. So in the playoffs, if you're a road team, Ray will cost you the game.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But besides that, I mean, he's a pretty good referee. 50.8 win percentage for the home team, 36.5 calls per game, 49.5% of fouls are going on the road team, while 50.5% are going on the home team. His numbers they're pretty average, so that's where we're going to stick them, in average. Now moving on, we have Zach Zarba. Now I feel like this guy officiates a lot of Warriors games. The number of home team wins is going to be up there, and it is. It's sitting at 58%. Zachy Boy has been reffing for 21 years. I'm just calling about 31.1 fouls per game. 50.7% are going on the road team, while 49.3% are going on the home team. Now with all that said, I think we can stick our boy Zachy in. We'll put him in pretty good. We'll put him. You know what? We'll put him. Gucci Mane's better than him. We'll put him there. All right, our penultimate referee. Now we've got another old head, and that is James Capers.
Nobody can push off. If you say somebody push off, tell me what we missed.
Now they know that we're students of the game, that we are perfectionists much like they are. So they will even say to us during the course of the game, hey, will you take a look at that at halftime? So during the course of the game, I will write down plays for us to look at to make those halftime adjustments.
James has been refereeing for 29 years. Last season, he was dead split. At 50% of his games went to the home team, while the other 50% went to the road team. He's calling about 37.3 calls per game, with 50.7% of those going on the road team, while 49.3% are going on the home team. Now, James Capers, I feel like I would definitely want to grab a drink with you sometime and just talk basketball. With that, we're going to be putting him at the top of pretty good. I don't think he's GOAT tier just yet. He's close. And ladies and gentlemen, that moves us to our final referee, Josh Tiven. Now, Mr. Tiven is not afraid of making some calls, some controversial calls, to say the least.
Neesmith is going to say good defense, got a hand up, but drew the foul, and J.J. Redick has just been tossed. Josh Tiven has seen enough. It looked like Redick tried to throw the ball to him, or at least threw the ball in Tiven's direction.
Mr. Tiven has been refereeing for 15 years. 59.5% of his refereeing games go to the home team, so maybe the pressure gets to him a little bit. But he has the least amount of fouls called per game, sitting at 33.9 calls. He's the highest amount of fouls going on the road team, sitting at 52%, while 48% of those are going on the home team.
Lukic on his post-up play. Technical foul, you can see that coming.
All right, Tiven, my guy, I gotta, I was gonna put you I wasn't gonna lie, I was gonna put you in dog water, but I'll put you at the end of meh. And here is the final list. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you think I ranked this right, where would you put these guys in your own tier list too? That's gonna do it for this video. Peace. Hey, knock that off!